bags were horror lies.
Hello and welcome to Body Bags. My name is James and I am your Sunday night reviewer. And this evening I'll be finishing up our theme week. So that week was... I kind of slipped off a little bit. So it was like the third, like a franchise, and I was going to do, can't remember which one it is, one of the Purge films, but I've only seen the original and didn't have time to watch the second one because I wasn't sure if there's how much coherency there was between the two and how much of a follow-on the third was from the second. So I didn't have time to watch both films. So I was thinking of something a little different to do. And we have the upcoming, obviously, new version of this. So I thought I'd go back to the 1962 Ishirõ Honda's King Kong versus Godzilla. I prefer Godzilla versus King Kong, so you can see where my kind of allegiance lies with the big kaiju. But anyway, kind of ripping through this film. This is bad, I made some notes, so I'm going to hold it like this. Because I'm a bit tired, so I had to scribble things down. So we had like Mr. Takeo. He's like this big TV mogul kind of guy. And he wants some publicity. He's heard of Kong, so he sends a couple of guys, go and get me Kong. Yep, that's simple. And then while all this is going on, we have, there's a submarine. I think it's an American submarine, and it hits a big iceberg that happens to have Godzilla in it, who says thank you by destroying the submarine and the local naval military base. Just carnage and destruction. It's just what we want. But anyway, we flip back to Kong's island and the local village where guys are going to collect Kong. Yeah, there's this giant, what is it? It's an octopus. I was going to squid or octopus. Of course, it's an octopus. Yeah, he's kind of wrecking shit up. And then big Kong comes, starts chucking rocks at it and makes it bugger up, basically. Bit of a fight sort of thing, a good one. And he wins, and to celebrate, he drinks his goji berry juice or something that just makes him hammered, basically, completely pissed. So he passes out drunk, basically. And this is the kind of like the plan was to do this, and then they stick him on a raft. I'm going to take him to Japan. Yeah, as you do. But anyway, he gets to Japan, meets up with Godzilla. They've not had a meetup before. This is a big thing, and Godzilla basically kicks his ass. Yeah, in quite dramatic fashion. Kong kind of scampers away at this point, knowing he's got no chance, especially against these atomic breath. There's no way he's going to beat that. So then it's kind of up to like the military. It's like, oh, we got to stop him. So like digging pits and stuff like that, and actually try the electrical cables. And in the original, it's been a long time since I've seen the original, but there's electrical cables in that. I can't remember if it stops them, but it stops them in this one. So it's kind of, hey, this stuff's working. So it's kind of quite good. But anyway, he buggers off, and then Kong comes, smashes through the electrical cables, that gets juiced up, and this is like the new beef Kong that we have. And he goes and does some kidnapping. I think it's one of the locals that came back. I can't remember now. One of the locals that came back with the two guys that collected Kong. So there's that recognition with Kong. It's like that Fey race sort of thing. So he kind of kidnaps her. So they need a plan to get her back. So then we'll use more goji berry juice, this time in gas form. Of course it works. Knocks him out. So there they rescue, can't remember her name. And then they use balloons to take Kong back to Godzilla. So some of this I'm like scratching my head with Ishirõ Honda. It's like, dude, I mean, it's fun, but it's not to the level of like the other films that he's done. My personal take. Anyway, we have some like epic fight again. Kong is getting his ass kicked, but then he kind of comes back, having a good old scrap, fall off a cliff. Kong swings off. You don't see Godzilla. The end. Yeah, it's crazy. It sounds crazy. It is crazy, but it's a lot of fun. There's a few bits like not the sliding long tail kick that comes later from Kong, but you have a drop kicking this not from Kong, from Godzilla, but you have a drop kick from Godzilla that he drop kicks Kong. Which is quite funny to see. This giant monkey ape being floated around on balloons, on rafts, drinking stuff, getting drunk. It's quite amusing, but it's always good to see good kind of destruction of cities and everything with Godzilla. Well, destruction of military bases and subs, and the carnage between these two. They're actually really good fight scenes. It's two guys in suits, but yeah, it's good. It works well. Kong looks alright in this one. Yeah, like some of the films you see looks pretty horrific, but in this one it's pretty good. Godzilla looks cool in this one as well. So that's the end of the review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it wasn't the original one that I was going to do, and it's kind of a little off slightly, but it's part of a franchise, and this is the third in the franchise. Yeah, the return of Ishirõ Honda with this. Yeah, it's a classic. It's a lot of fun, like I said, this one, and we'll see what the new one brings later this year. Okay, guys, catch you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.